We begin with those concerns from people at a public housing complex in the East Village. They say they're worried their drinking water has been tainted with a potentially dangerous chemical. That's because tests show arsenic is in their tap.
Thousands of residents within a 6-block radius that are being told not to drink or cook with the water coming out of their tap. Loading up on water from stands right outside the Jacob Reese houses. Tenants are being urged to cook and bathe with this instead of what's in their apartment.
Everybody's worried. The whole development is worried.
Along part of Manhattan's east side where 100,000 people live.
It is a corrupt plan. It is a land grab on stolen land. The city wants this 50 acres, and you know that by how quickly they are destroying the trees.
But right now, for this group, the sight of trees being cut down isn't sitting well.
I was upset. They cut it down the trees, destroyed the whole park.
The saplings are not replacing fully mature grown trees, which take 30 years to grow.
Mount Sinai Beth Israel is inching closer to shutting down.
All right, as of Sunday, the hospital will no longer accept cardiac or stroke patients, and by July, they plan on closing altogether.
Looks at how this is going to affect Lower Manhattan, which has already lost 2 other hospitals.
Without warning, I suffered a real stroke. I actually walked to this emergency room. If I hadn't been able to walk to an emergency room in that situation, I probably would have died.
Richard Turren lives in Gramercy, and years ago, Beth Israel Hospital here on the corner of 1st Avenue and 16th Street saved his life. But beginning this Sunday, the hospital will discontinue stroke and cardiac services as Mount Sinai moves to shut the hospital down. Community members say it is a move that will cost lives.
This is a complete catastrophe. Across the street is a community of 25 to 30,000 people, many of whom use this hospital.
Mount Sinai's announcement of shutting down stroke and cardiac services comes despite a restraining order issued by a judge last month directing it not to shut services down without approval from the court and health officials.
Physicians being transferred and departments being closed. It looks like they're closing the hospital with
casings littered the floor of a lobby at the Compost Plaza NYCHA development in the East Village, where police say 2 men, one 21 years old, another 24, were shot last night right after 7:30. Police say the 21-year-old, who was hit in the torso, died. The 24-year-old was struck in his left leg and taken to the hospital in stable condition. The shooting capped another day of gun violence